Yo, what is going on today, guys? It is Sam, better known as Samito here. Welcome back to the channel today for another episode of Roast My Gameplay. Today, we've got a submission from my Discord, which, by the way, do not send emails with codes to your gameplay to my email. They will just get deleted and you'll be blocked immediately. Send them in my Discord. So if you want me to review your gameplay, make sure that it is sent to my Discord. Link is in the description. We're going to be looking at a gold Ashe player here today, and we're going to be asking the question, why are you stuck in gold? As a lot of people are stuck there, they don't know how to get out. Today, I'm going to be giving you some of the answers that you need to improve your gameplay back at home. We're going to be looking at a gold Ashe player here today, and we're going to be asking the question, why are you stuck in gold? As a lot of people are stuck there, they don't know how to get out. Today, I'm going to be giving you some of the answers that you need to improve your gameplay back at home. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that sub button. I'd really appreciate you guys coming around. There will be a lot of educational gameplay coming to the channel here on out, so without waiting any longer, let's get right into the video. Let's get started here as he is coming out on the Ashe. The auto is frontlining for some reason, classic gold, as he is going to take some shots at the Ashe. Nice kill coming out. Nice dynamite coming out here as well as he, oh boy. Oh no, that is some gold aim there, folks. Listen, I think Scrubbles had better aim, and then this guy, and she's in bronze. Okay, man, everybody misses those shots. What you want to do there, though, is you don't want to stay scoped in if you have trouble aiming like that. You actually, after you've gotten her low and since she's really close to you, it's better to unscope and get that quicker fire rate out, at least if you struggle scoping in. The Ashe is going to get rezzed here as you are kind of just sitting in the middle of the team. Your positioning here sucks, dude. You don't want to be here. As a nice flick onto the Mercy, but here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. Here's something that people in low rank struggle with all the time. Every single gold, Hanzo, Widow, Ashe, you name it, that I've reviewed does the same thing. They never take high ground, okay? It doesn't matter how good your aim is if you're not good at setting yourself up to succeed. What Ashe excels at is taking angles, okay? This is true for all three of those snipers. You should be hopped up here, shooting down on their team. And the reason for that is you want to set up two angles for your team to shoot. Your team can force the Orisa here, while you can force her from up here, meaning that the Orisa and the Sigma cannot shield off your whole team with one shield. They have to split their resources, meaning it'll be easier to break through. And if the Sigma does not shield you off, you'll have a free line of sight on their DPS and an aerial angle to finish her off, making it much easier for your team to win. Anyway, back into the fight as the Widowmaker on their team does go down. See, if you were on high ground, you'd be able to kill this Orisa and contest their DPS, but instead, you're getting no value by playing on the ground as the Orisa is going to go low, your team is going to die, but you're not forcing their Sigma at all. And this Orisa literally would have died 10 to 20 seconds ago had you been on the high ground, giving your team a fight win and helping your time make, as you do get a nice kill onto the Ashe, but you're still sitting on the low ground doing nothing. Get on the high ground, bro. Don't be a pea-brain. Wake up. Do what's good for your character. Utilize our kit as we finally go to the high ground, and you're gonna instantly win the fight the second you come up here, because look at how much better angles you have to shoot. Look at how much easier the game is, right? Make the game easier on yourself. Set yourself up to be in optimal situations. To quote Jake from Overwatch League, you know, you don't get fair fights in Overwatch. It's about setting yourself up to have fights where you have the advantage. That's all the Overwatch League teams do. As you are taking the high ground here, that's really, really good. But again, you already lost a couple of people as you are kind of waiting, looking for an angle here. Look at how much easier it is to shoot down. Look at how much better your dynamites are. This is how you utilize Ashe's kit. This is how you utilize Hanzo's kit and other snipers like that, as you are going to get a couple kills. You're going to look at the Ashe right in front of you, maybe look to dynamite that. He's not there. He's gone. Look at how different the game is when you're actually willing to take high grounds and utilize the kit, as you are going to get an angle onto the Ashe. Can't hit every shot as you do tag him once, twice, maybe not three times. You get the dynamite onto him. Wait for your Mercy to come back now. Hopefully he can get up and heal you before this Ashe chases you down, as you are going to see the dynamite and react to it. Great reaction here. Looking for an angle on the left, poking this Orisa down. What is this guy going to do to you? That is the power of high ground. You want to do this every second that you can, because it makes the game so much easier for your kit, as a Doomfist is going to try to chase you. Now, an important thing is you need to be moving around a little bit more. You don't want to stay on the same high ground all the time, because as you can see, the Doomfist is going to get a read on you, and if he gets a read on you, it's going to be much harder to survive against him, right? As a huge flux comes out, you're playing on the ground again, trying to get up onto the high ground as their team does push through, get the advantage, and that should be an easy fight win. Good play altogether, but be more active on angles. Don't sit on the same one the entire time, as right now, your thought process should be, I need to get on top of the ship. This is not a bad angle, but the one on top of the ship is better, as you are going to pop the bomb into their backline. Big dynamite coming through as the Echo is going to dive onto you here. Not sure if you're going to be able to kill her, but being on the high ground would make this a little bit easier, as the Widowmaker is going to finish her off. Doomfist uses his ult. Don't drop and push this yourself. You want your teammates to do it, although they do C9 the cart. Doomfist rails it, what can you do? The higher up you go in the ranks, the more teams will be able to contest this cart, meaning if you drop and die to the Doomfist, you're actually gonna end up losing the fight. All you need to think about when playing a sniper that has ranged damage is just setting up on the high grounds and letting your teammates do the pushing. You don't want to drop to the cart until at least 3 or 4 people on the other team has died, especially if their DPS are alive, because if their DPS are up, they can always turn that fight. Reduce your deaths 1 death at a time. The longer you're alive in Overwatch, the more chances are that you have time to make a play, as you are going to jump against the Widowmaker. Do not do that. Do not do that, okay? They will kill you, especially in higher ranks. You're just giving them free shots. You gotta get in good habits. This is a terrible angle. You do not want to take that close angle. Even if you get the kill, a better Widowmaker will punish you. You do not want to take a Widowmaker at long range as Ashe. You need to get as close as possible. As you are taking the high ground here, that's good. Look at the pressure that you can apply to their team, okay? The Zen is gonna tag you. The Mercy should come heal you, as that's on your Mercy for not really healing you there. You should be telling your Mercy to come with you, as the Widow is gonna look for an angle. You're gonna get the dynamite onto her, but you're too deep right now. You're too deep right now. You want to peel back and wait for your Mercy. Make your support's job as easy as possible, because if you make it hard for them, you're not going to get healed as consistently. That's half the battle of a DPS hero, right? As you are going to kill the Ashe, or the Bob, or no, you're going to use the Bob, kill the Baptiste. I like the proactive ult usage here, as you guys are going to clean up this fight, win the point, and I just want to say, look at how much easier the game is when you're taking good positioning and setting yourself up with good angles that puts you at low risk while giving you high reward and put a lot of pressure on the other team. The only problem I would say you have as a player is your spacing. I think you can improve the easiest by learning how to take better angles and utilizing high grounds and off angles more, meaning an off angle by definition is when you force their team to be shot from 2 different sides, right? Not just stacking all your damage on one angle, as you are gonna take some pop shots here. Now you wanna rotate back because the Widowmaker is there and you are gonna die, so you gotta be aware of that, right? That's a bad place to be. You do not wanna be pushing into a Widowmaker. You wanna force their Widowmaker to push into you, okay? Because that means you're gonna get the first shot as you take an Eagle duel again. This is not an advantageous fight for you. Don't take it. This is feeding, right? Again, Overwatch is about setting yourself up to get into fights where you have the advantage. If you're sitting here taking a neutral duel against a Widowmaker, he has the ability to one-shot you, but you don't have the ability to one-shot him. Meaning, it's not even worth it for you to take that duel. If you had backed up to here, okay, the Widow, in order to do something to you, would have had to push over here, meaning that this Widow can not only be shot by you, but by your team, setting yourself up for at least a 2 versus 1, in which you have a much higher percentage chance of winning. Do not Eagle duel Widowmakers as Ashe. He's coming back to the point here. They are going to be able to hold, as he is going to try to tag out this Lucio. This is a much better angle for you to take. It's much safer. Not really sure about this low ground one. It's not necessarily bad, but you can definitely be taking better ones, as you should be on the high ground to your left. That's the best place you can play, as he's going to continue to poke down the shields. The Sigma is going to get grasped, but you should be on the high ground right now. You should already be rotating, as the Lucio is 1 HP. This dynamite is so much easier if you're on the high ground, bro. Do not play on low ground as a sniper. It's just dumb. It defeats the whole purpose of the character. He's finally gonna get up to the high ground. Gonna die to the McCree though and get stunned. That's what you get for not doing it earlier. He's poking down the Junkrat a little bit more, trying to build up this Bob as he's gonna get pulled. You should go up to the high ground here before the fight, or else you're not gonna have a good angle for the second point, as the Lucio is gonna go down. These targets are gonna chase you, but if you were on the high ground right now, you would have the advantage, as he throws his Bob blindly onto the point. I don't know if I like this. Misses some shots onto the Junkrat. It is what it is. But stop taking these duels. These are not optimal for you. Ignore the people on the side. Get up to the high ground and force them to take a fight where you have the advantage. It makes the game so much easier, but instead you're not even trying to set yourself up to succeed, as you are going to be peeking in front of a Bongo and an Amp Matrix. But if you are on the high ground, this wouldn't be a problem. Dude, I'm so sick of gold players being like, yo, why am I stuck in gold? I can't get out, but they never even think about where it is that they need to be playing, as he is going to get up on the high ground here. Really, really smart play. Finally seeing that from you. As look at how much easier it is for you to take the duel, although you do get killed by the Junkrat there. If you have an angle advantage on a target, okay, the Junkrat is going to push into you. You're going to coach gun down. I think you should be backing off a little bit. Right now, you have the advantage in the neutral range fight. So if you're on the high ground behind you, or you're shooting this guy from mid-range, you have the advantage. But instead, you continue to push into targets that have the advantage on you, bro. That is an ego duel. It is not worth it. Take fights that help you. You do not have to push him. I guarantee you, in low ranks, people will push you stupidly instead. So wait for them to make a mistake and then punish it. Lucio is lingering behind. He's going to be able to tag him and kill him there. Looking for more targets. This Junkrat is out of position. He gets the dynamite on him. Gonna back off and look for more. Do not jump against hit scan, bro. You're playing the hopscotch over here. That's the last thing you want to do as the McCree is gonna pop the high noon. He's looking on the high ground. See, look at how much, that's such a good angle. That's what happens when you take angles. The game becomes way easier as you can get a side on the target that you wouldn't be able to get normally. Now, your Mercy should be healing you right now. If she doesn't, that's honestly on her. No big deal. You did your part there. What can you do about that? It is what it is, as they are going to be able to clean up this fight. The Orisa goes down. It's just the Lucio left on the cart. He's got the Bob coming back as the tire gets blown up by the Sigma. Coming back to point, I think this is a pretty neutral spawn advantage as his team should be able to clean up with the pick off the Widow and the Zarya onto the Junkrat and the Lucio, and that is going to be the game. I don't think it's a coincidence that every time I've seen a gold DPS player send me in a VOD that they literally just have no idea where to play. Their aim isn't that bad. Sure, they miss shots here and there just like everyone else, but these guys look like lost children at the mall. Learn where your characters are good. Learn what duels give you the advantage over your opponent, and don't be scared to be patient, to wait for a gauge that helps you. Oftentimes, especially in low ranks, if you're patient, you will find a fight that helps you. For example, right here, if you're Ashe doing the Widowmaker like at the start of this round, this fight does not help you. You don't need to take that at all. If you had just rotated back onto here, you could have been free shooting at their team without their Widowmaker even being able to shoot you, putting the pressure on him to take the duel in an disadvantage in the situation, right? But instead, you just gave him the advantage by pushing into him. Same with this McCree down here, right? You could have just waited back here. You don't have to kill this guy right now, but instead, you ego dueled him, lost, and then lost your positioning for the next fight, which is something you have to think about. Every time that you took high ground and you were shooting down at targets, the fight became exponentially easier for you to win because you were taking good angles. But instead, a lot of these times in the fights that went on forever, you were just playing on your shields instead of utilizing Ashe's mobility to get to high ground and make something happen from a different angle. So I hope that helped, guys. That was the third episode of Roast My Gameplay. JZZ, dude, you're a lost child at the mall. You gotta find your mama. Your mama is the goddamn high ground. Take the freaking high ground, buddy. Stop sitting in the middle of the point and feeding your brains out. Set yourself up to succeed, folks. That's gonna do it for today. Click on screen now to see the previous episode of Roast My Gameplay. And click on screen as well to subscribe if you haven't. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Peace out.